Well, hi there, and thanks for joining us for another Word in Season, which I hope will be a real blessing to you. And today I wanted to share with you something that happened to me many years ago when I was a young father, and my son Jason was probably, I reckon, under 2 years of age at the time. And we're on holidays as a family in Melbourne. And one morning we're in a cafe on a busy Melbourne street. I suppose we just had coffee or breakfast or something together. And Jason got down off his chair and began to toddle off towards the cafe door, heading out into the busy street. Now, usually I would just jump up and grab him and bring him back to the table. But I remember on this occasion I said to Margie, why don't you just wait here with Ashley? I'm going to follow him and just see where he goes and what he gets up to and how long it takes him to notice whether I'm there or not. So that's exactly what happened, and Jason toddled out onto the busy footpath of this Melbourne street, totally oblivious to the fact that I was literally one step behind him. He didn't look back even once to make sure that I was there or check whether I was there or not. And so there were pedestrians everywhere, and there were cars and buses driving just a few feet from the footpath where he was walking. Cars reversing back into parking spaces. All sorts of hazards for small children, and I was with him the whole time, so he was safe. But had I not been there, he certainly would have been in great danger on several fronts. And on Jason toddled, passing numerous shops. At one point he crossed a side street, just happened to be a green light. He just timed it perfectly, but he had no idea that he'd done so. And then something in a chemist shop just to our left caught his eye, so into the chemist he went, and he paused to look at a brightly coloured display that for some reason had captured his attention. And I always remember with great fondness the moment that he turned around and saw me standing behind him. And he was so pleased to see me. He had this expression on his face of sort of surprise and delight, as if to say, Daddy, what are you doing here? And when did you get here? Not knowing that I had in fact been with him all along. I'd never left him. I'd been lovingly and carefully watching over his every step. Well, over the years, as I've reflected back on that experience, I've often been able to identify with that young toddler walking along the path of life, perhaps appearing to be confident and purposeful, but actually often not really knowing what I'm doing or where I'm going a lot of the time, figuring things out as I go along, at times distracted by various things along the path, and quite often oblivious, totally oblivious to the truth, the wonderful truth, that my Heavenly Father is right with me, walking right behind me, watching over my every step, guarding me from the various dangers in life of which I'm unaware. I've always loved those words in Psalm 121 that remind us that the Lord watches over us. He watches over your life, it says. He watches over your coming and going, both now and forevermore. Not from a distance, as Bette Midler's famous song would lead us to believe, but watching us very closely from very near. So in that chemist on that busy Melbourne street, once Jason realised I was there, he very willingly let me take him by the hand and lead him back to the cafe where his family was waiting. I was with him on both legs of the journey, but on the return trip back to the cafe, the difference was that he knew that I was with him, and he allowed me as his father to take him by the hand and to lead him in the direction that I wanted us to go. And I suspect for all of us actually that life goes better when we do the same. When we know that our Father is with us and we willingly allow him to take us by the hand and to lead us. It's a wonderful verse in Isaiah chapter 41 verse 13. It says this, it says, "For I am the Lord your God, who takes hold of your right hand and says to you, do not fear, I will help you." What a wonderful truth. Do not fear. I will help you. So maybe you've been toddling along the path by yourself for a while, and it's time for you to turn around and to discover that your Heavenly Father is with you. He's right behind you, just waiting to take hold of your hand to lead you on an adventure with Him. Take hold of His hand and allow Him to lead you. God bless you as you do.